In the wide, sunburnt landscapes of Australia, where long highways meet endless horizons, the story of the Nissan Altima began to carve its own path. It wasn't just another sedan arriving on Aussie roads, it was a symbol of refinement, reliability, and quiet resilience. For many Australian drivers, the Altima represented a shift in what a mid-sized sedan could deliver. And like all good stories on this great southern land, it started with purpose, passion, and a drive to prove itself under the toughest conditions. When Nissan introduced the Altima to the Australian market, it wasn't simply launching a new vehicle, it was stepping into a competitive arena where brands like Toyota, Mazda, and Honda had long dominated. But the Altima arrived with confidence. It brought a design philosophy rooted in innovation, a driving character shaped by decades of Japanese engineering, and a commitment to comfort that Aussie families genuinely appreciated. From the very beginning, the Altima was engineered to strike a balance between elegance and practicality. The first impression was always its sleek, stretched bodylines that flowed smoothly from front to rear. Its aerodynamic silhouette wasn't just for show, Nissan designed it to slice through the wind with minimal resistance, improving fuel efficiency and giving the Altima a distinctly premium presence on the road. Aussies, who often spent long hours driving between towns and coastal cities, immediately felt the difference in the way the Altima glided across highways. Under the bonnet, the Altima carried a heart that was both dependable and impressively capable. Nissan's engineers placed a strong focus on delivering power without sacrificing economy. Whether equipped with a responsive 4-cylinder engine or the more spirited V6 option, the Altima knew how to perform. It accelerated smoothly, handled confidently, and maintained a quiet cabin even on rougher regional Australian roads. For many, it felt like the perfect blend of city comfort and country strength. But perhaps the real transformation happened inside the cabin. Nissan understood that Australian drivers value space, comfort, and clever features. The Altima featured a driver-focused cockpit with intuitive controls, supportive seating, and generous legroom, something tall Aussie passengers always appreciated. Soft-touch materials, refined stitching, and premium finishes made the interior feel much more luxurious than its price tag suggested. One of the Altima's standout moments came with the introduction of Nissan's zero-gravity seats, inspired by NASA technology. These seats were designed to reduce fatigue during long journeys, an immediate win for Australian road trip lovers. Whether driving from Sydney to Melbourne, cruising along Queensland's coastal highways, or exploring the vast outback, the Altima kept its passengers comfortable, relaxed, and ready for adventure. Safety, too, was a cornerstone of the Altima's identity. As Australian families increasingly prioritised protection and peace of mind, Nissan equipped the Altima with advanced safety features like stability control, intelligent braking systems, lane monitoring, and multiple airbags. In a market where safety ratings mattered more than ever, the Altima consistently performed well, earning trust from parents, everyday commuters, and long-distance travelers alike. Over the years, each new generation of the Altima brought something fresh to Australian roads. The technology improved, with smarter infotainment systems, more connected digital interfaces, and driving aids that made life easier behind the wheel. Features like keyless entry, push-start ignition, dual-zone climate control, and reverse cameras became standard in many models, enhancing the everyday driving experience. But beyond the features and engineering, the Altima developed a story of loyalty among its owners. Many Australians came to see it as more than just a car. It became a companion that reliably carried them to work, ferried kids to school, joined families on holiday road trips, and supported small businesses with dependable performance. It was a car that delivered without drama, steady, trustworthy, and quietly impressive. In motorsport, the Altima made its boldest move yet. Nissan shocked the Australian automotive world by entering the Altima into the Supercars Championship. It was a daring decision, especially in a field dominated by V8-powered legends like Holden and Ford. But the Altima didn't back down. Instead, it proved its strength in one of the toughest racing environments on the planet. The sight of an Altima taking on iconic tracks like Bathurst's Mount Panorama left a lasting impression. It showed that the Altima had more than just comfort, it had true competitive spirit. Though the Altima eventually left the Australian new car market, its legacy remained strong. Many pre-owned models continued to travel across Australia, maintained by proud owners who appreciated its smooth drive, long-lasting reliability, and refined appeal. Even years later, a well-kept Altima still turns heads with its graceful shape and timeless design. The story of the Nissan Altima in Australia is not just about a car, it's about the connection it built with the people who drove it. It's about the trust it earned from families, professionals, travelers, and enthusiasts alike. It's about the comfort it offered on long journeys, the quiet confidence it held in city streets, and the performance it delivered when pushed on open highways. In many ways, the Altima captured the essence of Australian driving: open spaces, long roads, dependable strength, and an appreciation for simple, well-crafted quality. While some cars come and go without leaving a mark, the Altima carved its place in Australian automotive history by being exactly what people needed, a reliable partner on life's many roads. Even today, when an Altima passes by on a suburban street or rural highway, drivers recognize the calm authority in its design. They remember the smooth performance, the spacious interior, and the feeling of ease that the car carried with it. The legacy lives on, not just in the metal and machinery, but in the memories created by the countless Australians who experienced the Nissan Altima firsthand. And so, the story continues, each Altima on the road still telling its own chapter, still proving its worth, and still carrying the spirit of a car built to travel far, last long, and deliver comfort with every kilometre. Just like the Australian landscape itself, the Altima's presence is steady, dependable, and quietly unforgettable.